Thank you very much. And it's a pleasure for me to be back in an IT session after many years. And lovely to see all of you gentlemen whom I've known for a very, very long time. Kithsiri, probably you are the longest I've known. Yeah, we won't tell them how long because they'll then. Yes. So, and it's lovely to see all of you from the IT fraternity of various companies, enterprises, banks, small, medium, large enterprises, and it's a pleasure to be with Oak. So let's get started. Interesting topic, driving transformation and workspace modernization. So I think the question you might want to ask yourself is, why transform? Why should you bother to transform? Should we not just continue the way we are? Why transform? Why that big word? So I think we'll hear more about it from the audience, but just to set the ball rolling, I think what is happening globally is that there is a widespread digitalization. Customers are more and more savvy, digital savvy. They're accessing information on the fly. And as a result, there are expectations, very high service expectation from whoever they deal with. And more than just service, they expect proactive service. They want to be told what they should be doing. So it's not reactive, but proactive service. That's the expectation they have. And as a result, I think worldwide, we are seeing global CEOs are they're moving away from projects to creating digital products and experiences. I think that's the challenge you will have in the audience today as you sit in your organizations and think, how are we going to fulfill the expectations of customers who are expecting a very high level of service, proactive service, and provide those services at the customer touch point? So with that in mind, let's call upon our panelists. They'll initially give about 3 to 4 minutes, their initial take on the subject, after which, gentlemen, we'll get into Q&A with me, and then I'll also take questions from the audience. And I think the audience, you all have an app, a link through which you can ask your questions. You can also raise your hand and ask your questions here. You can give your name and the name of your organization, or you can send the questions on the link that has been provided, and I believe I have access to that. So let's get started. Shall we start from you, Kithsiri? Please, why don't you tell us your take on the subject that we are discussing this evening?
Peter, I mean, good that, first of all, good that you invite me for this panel discussion. I would like to draw my attention basically on government sector, since I am a bit involving to government institutions at this moment.
Would you like to share with the audience? They may not know. Can you just, if it's okay with you, would you like to share the government institutions you are now closely involved with?
I'm in the board of Sri Lanka Insurance and the National Lotteries Board. So the government is recently initiated the digital government sector digitalization. They have started developing basically green economy towards digital economy. So, but the problem is whether the transform the government sector, actually the people of the public sector is ready for this transformation. Because what I have come across is there are, when you get the government sector institutions, they have CIO. I mean, don't get offended anybody. I'm just, in generally, I'm going to talk about this. And the DGMIT, AGMIT, and so on and so forth. So basically what I have come across and what I have realized is it's very difficult to change the mindset of them. So they don't want to this transformation. They don't like this transformation. So the main reason is when they go to their relevant boards, the board members are not IT literate people. So whatever they say, they believe it. So then it won't go beyond that. So likewise, I think SEOs, government-owned enterprises, basically that is the main reason it's very slow on transforming. I'm especially talking about the digital transformation. So likewise, I think we have to initiate from that point onwards the mindset of the people of the government sector institutions to, I mean, they have not realized that this is very important and this is the way forward. Digital economy, I mean, country, we have digital Asia, digital forum, so many forums we have, but still the government sector, within the government sector, the team who are driving it is not ready to transform themselves. So that is my main concern, what I have experienced during these two institutions. I think the reason are, I mean, some of them are insecure. I mean, the thing is, they don't want to learn more things and move forward, or they try to somehow survive. They want to play a survival game within their limits. So those are the things, the bottlenecks we have, and we have to break that. So that is the main challenge in the government sector. So otherwise, I think private sector in Sri Lanka, as far as I know, is moving fast. The transformation is very easy and moving forward, but it's unlike the government sector. We are facing that challenge. I mean, from there, that's my initial comments of this. So we can discuss more later, but that is the main problem we are facing at the government sector.
Thank you very much, Kithsiri. We'll move to Asela. Asela, what about your take on the subject? How are you seeing this topic today?
Thank you, Peter. It's always a pleasure to have you moderating. First of all, my appreciation and congratulations to Team Oak. They always strive for excellence, and they've proven it once again by this well-organized event. When we talk about modernization and transformation, Peter, there is one aspect that leaders must also reflect on. That is trust, digital trust, as well as resilience. Now, these are two things that are interwoven with modernization and transformation in this digital age. We saw digitization move light years ahead because of the change that happened during COVID times. In fact, my interactions with the global tech companies, I remember Microsoft said that they had plans for 5 years, which were done in 5 months during the lockdown period. Such was the pace and speed of digital transformation. McKinsey estimates that on average, the world moved 7 years within that short period of time in terms of digital transformation. In Sri Lanka too, we saw very clearly how the focus of digital transformation changed overnight, given the mobility restrictions that we had. And somewhat that momentum has continued. However, there are challenges and constraints, especially brought on by the economic constraints. We have IT teams stretched for budgets. We have boards stretched for dollars. Given these constraints, still, we are entrusted to provide transformation and provide modernization. But the caveat I want to add, as I mentioned before, is trust and resilience. Just as the speed of digitization has changed, the regulatory landscape for digitization also has evolved. For example, no longer are companies viewed as the custodians of the data. The data is considered, as per global regulation, the ownership is with the individual. Data rights have been spoken about. Legislation, in line with global legislation, has been updated in Sri Lanka as well. So when you are talking about modernization, transformation, leadership, boards, IT teams, thought leaders must be conscientious of these things. Secondly is resilience. As we transform, as we digitize, the threat landscape changes immensely. Threats that we did not know occur or did not comprehend now become part of our threat vector or threat analysis. And disruptions, how quickly you can get back, how quickly you can serve your customer, and how quickly you can assure your customer that his data is safe and we're back in business. That is the key differentiator moving forward when you look at transformation and modernization. So I'll stop there, and I'm sure my esteemed colleagues also may have some thoughts to share. But these are some of the things I would like to explore, given the next round of questioning.
Lovely. I think you set the tone very well, bringing a very important dimension of transformation, that is data. And that there are more and more customer data that you're going to get your hands on, and that data belongs to the customer, and how careful are we about it. So that's a great place to come in and open the audience's mind for questions.